Good morning, good morning, good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, and welcome to another Good Morning Grief devotional. It's your boy, Pastor Corrado Duncan Seer, and I'm so excited and happy to have this opportunity to come to you on this Sunday, June 25th. Amen. We are grateful and thankful for all that God has done and all that God continues to do in the midst of our life. And I'm grateful for your presence and the investment you continue to make in your healing on your grief journey. This is the daily grief devotional that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. I thought you never would. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside. Therefore, guess what? We don't suppress it, but we express it. And that's why we say, good morning, good morning, good morning, because I want to drill in your mind that mourning is a good thing, period. Mourning is a good thing, and so you want to mourn meaningfully. And I thank you for joining us on today. Well, let's get to the quote first. Today's grief quote comes from Marion Williamson, who says, "You are loved, and your purpose is to love. You are loved, and your purpose is to love." Today is day 176, y'all. We gonna talk about love is the only answer. Love is the only answer. Write that in the chat for me one time, for the one time. Love is the only answer. Check this out. This is good today. I love it. Here it is. In grief, we realize that this is the catch 22 of life, right? That love is the most joyous and meaningful experience there is. Love gives our lives purpose, but love's conjoined twin is grief. If we love, we will eventually grieve. Pause. Love is the most joyous, most meaningful thing we can do in life. God blesses us with friends and family members, with mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, children, husbands and wives. And what do? We love. Why do we love? Because love is the most joyous and most meaningful experience there is. Because love gives our life purpose, right? That's why we love, right? And doesn't it feel good to love and to be loved? Come on, y'all better talk to me. Doesn't it feel good to love as well as to be loved? To know that you're cared for, to know that you are a priority in somebody's life, to know that that people feel a certain type of way about you, right? To know that we have the opportunity and the ability to love others, to show people how much we love them, to support them, to be there for them, to love them, to have them to love us back. Y'all, it is the most joyous thing in life. It's love, right? It's a catch 22. It's a catch 22 because, as it said, love's conjoined twin is grief. Because this is the reality of the situation. If we love, we will eventually grieve. If we love, we will eventually grieve. If you love to play the game of football, I'm a chaplain for a local high school football team, and just being able to see people navigate in and out this sport, and this is any sport. If you love to play it, oh, you love it. Guess what? One day you won't be able to play it, right? So if you love, guess what? You'll eventually grieve because you'll have to hang them up and walk away. If you love your job or to work for an organization or whatever the case, but guess what? You can love it. Eventually you may grieve, right? Because they may have layoffs, setbacks. You may have to retire. The company may get so anything could happen. When you love, right, you will eventually Grief. There are sitcoms and TV shows that I absolutely love. Martin's one of my favorite TV shows. The Cosby Show, one of my favorite TV shows. I loved it, and we watched the reruns, and so that's a blessing. We still have it. But when they went off the air, ooh, I was a little sad, right? Because I love it so much, I don't want it to stop. I want it to continue. But when the seasons end and they wrap up and there's no more of it, you will eventually grieve, because if you love, you will eventually grieve, right? And those are little, I ain't gonna say those are trivial things, but those are just examples. And if you can imagine how you can feel about, anything, um, remember, because grief deals with loss, change, and transition. So it can be the loss, change, and the transition of anything. Just imagine how much more that's magnified when it comes to our loved ones, right? To love, to have the wonderful opportunity to love a child that we feel is prematurely taken away from us, to have the opportunity to love a grandchild, to have the opportunity to love a spouse, your husband or your wife, or the opportunity, right? The wonderful opportunity that God gives us to be children ourselves, and we love our mother and father. If we love, we will eventually grieve. That's the catch 22. So some of us, you know what we do? Well, we're not gonna love. I'm not gonna love. I'm not gonna be vulnerable. I'm not gonna put ourselves out there. We will eventually, because I'm gonna eventually grieve. For people who've lost a spouse, right? It's difficult. You lose a spouse, you navigate through that, and then you wonder, like, I've already buried one husband or one wife, and I've navigated through that, which was a dark season. It almost took me out. A lot of them have troubles falling in love again, because I don't want to set myself up. I know that if I love, I will eventually grieve. So a lot of people refuse to love. A lot of people build up walls. A lot of people, they begin to uh, uh, develop protective mechanisms, right, to keep them from falling in love or not getting too close. That's why this is funny. Don't tell my children this. They be want a dog so bad. We want a dog. We want a dog. We want a dog. And you know what? This is the thing. And ain't that I mean, well, you got the financial obligation and responsibility that I know is gonna fall on me, and so anything happens is gonna fall on me. But you know what? And this is one of the main reasons. I know if we get a dog, guess what? Guess who gonna fall in love with the dog more than anybody? And the only thing I can think of is one day that 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 dog gonna die, right? And guess who's gonna be hurt more than anybody? Because I know if you love, I just know this. If you love, you will eventually grieve. And so that keeps me from, like, nope, can't do it, won't do it, ain't gonna do it, right? Because I know I'm gonna be hurt, I'm gonna be devastated. I'm gonna have to call off, and y'all gonna have to, it's gonna be a situation, right? So if you can understand that, just the principle in general, if you love, you will eventually grieve. So what is there to do but continue loving, right? When we express our ongoing love for the person who died, we are mourning and moving towards healing. You hear that? When we express our love for the person who died, guess what? We are mourning and we are moving towards healing. What is there to do? To continue to love. Because when we express our love for the person who died, we are mourning and we are moving toward healing. When we embrace the love of others, we are accepting the balm of grace and healing. I love that. When you accept the love of others, you are embracing the balm, right, of grace as you navigate through your grief journey. If we shun or hide ourselves from love, so I just said that. On the other hand, we are choosing to die while we are alive. I think that is so powerful. If we shun or hide ourselves from love, guess what? We are choosing to die while we are still alive. And I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who this is for. But so one of y'all, somebody has chosen to die while you're still alive. You are shunning love. You are shielding yourself from love. And this is what you're doing in essence. And I know it's vulnerable. I know, but you are choosing to die while you are yet still alive. That's not how to live. That's no way to live. You cannot put yourself in a position where you are choosing to die while you're still alive. Here it is. So what's the solution? Love. Love then is not just the best answer. It is the only answer. It's not just the best answer. Guess what, y'all? It is the only answer. Final thought. At every turn, I will try to remember that I am loved and that I am here to love. If I let love guide me, I will find my way to hope and healing. What's the solution? Here it is. At every turn, I will try to remember that I am loved and that I am here to love. If I let love guide me, I will find my way to hope and healing. Remember that you are loved, that you are here to love. And if you let love guide you, you will find your way to hope and healing. Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. with another grief devotion. Today is day 176. I'm so glad you're in the mix. Love is the only answer. I want you all to know I love you with the love of the Lord. I'm rooting for you as you navigate through your grief journey. Hope and pray that you have a sensational Sunday. Come see us at the City of Hope Community Church, 10607 East 56th Street. Catch us virtually. And remember, love is the only answer.
Good morning. Good morning.